In the first song called Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, it kind of gives this imagery of a woman who was a millionaire, and she would spend her money with like a no care in the world, and she would take her friends out and paying for everything. But throughout the song, it talks about how she didn't care how she spent her money. But then as it went on, and when the Great Depression hit, it says that she began to lose her money. And when she started losing her money, she started losing her friends. Kind of trying to say that nobody really cares who you are when you don't have the money to, like, I guess, pay for things or help them out or pay for them. So it kind of shows how people are and how bad it really got back then. In the second song, Brother Can You Spare a Dime, in the very beginning, it talks about how the place that he's talking about, or the U.S., is going to be a great nation, great place to be. And in one of the lines, it talks about him bearing arms. So I want to assume that he was either in World War One or he served somewhere, and when he came back, he was surprised that you have to stand in line just to get some bread now due to the depression. And in one of the lines in the song, it says, "Say, don't you remember? They called me Al. It was Al all the time. Why don't you remember me? I'm your pal." I think that's trying to say is like the narrator's trying to, like, it gives the imagery of the narrator kind of saying, talking to another person, saying, "Hey, don't you remember me? Can you spare some change?" But it seems like they don't remember him due to him, like, losing everything from the Great Depression, if that makes sense. And for the final one, in the song called This Land Is Your Land, the imagery of the big high wall kind of represents, like, the barriers, kind of figuratively and literally, that can often put you in a place that like shows restrict access or control of the land. And the private property sign, that it how it emphasized that there's nothing on the back, and all that is kind of saying how people of or groups attempt to claim land but shut others out. Or sorry, for the front, I mean. But like on the backside, since it didn't say anything, it implies that the natural world, unlike the man-made laws, don't recognize these artificial divisions, kind of suggesting a more inclusive shared view of land and resources.